Shivaji Maharaja's foreign relations. Chhatrapati Shivaji was on a mission to establish Swaraj in the region, and he had many enemies trying to stall his vision. You have already learnt about the major battles during the time of Shivaji. It is interesting to note that in Shivaji's Ashtapradhan Council of Ministers there was a position of Sumant, the Foreign Secretary. He was responsible for maintaining relations with the foreign states and advised the king on matters related to foreign policy. In this section, you will learn about Shivaji Maharaja's foreign relations. During his time, Shivaji had to fight not only the Mughals, the local leaders and the Deccan sultans but also foreign powers like the Portuguese, Swiss, French as well as English. The relations was not always hostile though. Many times, Shivaji entered peaceful treaties with the foreign powers depending on the circumstances. This showcased his political and military strength. Amongst the foreign powers, Shivaji's relations with the Portuguese and the English are of greater significance than the other foreign powers, and hence the relationships of Shivaji and the Marathas with them will be discussed in this section. Relations with the Portuguese. Portuguese was the first European power to establish grounds in India. At first, they were interested only in trade, but later on the ambitions grew to interfere with the local politics and gain political strongholds slowly. This was visible in their capture of Goa, Bardesh, Sati, Daman and Diu, Chul as well as Vasai. The contact of the Portuguese with Shivaji and the Marathas started when Shivaji started building a naval force slowly between 1658 and 1659. Initially, Shivaji took the help of the Portuguese to build ships, but when they realized the naval ambitions of the Marathas, the Portuguese decided to stop the help and bring back their artisans. They even alerted the King of Portugal about fears of Maratha navy. The naval conflict between them took place in 1665 during the Maratha expedition to capture Basna. In this attack, they had intercepted Portuguese ships and were subsequently attacked by the son of Viceroy of Goa, resulting in the loss of 13 ships of the Marathas, which were later returned on a peace agreement. Following the sea battle for Basna, the Portuguese were rather shrewd in their dealings with the Marathas and Shivaji. For example, even though they had friendship treaty with the Marathas, they backhandedly supported the Siddhi forces during clashes in 1659. Additionally, Portuguese started to fear for their strongholds at Chul and Vasai region and even forming alliances with the English army when they learnt of Shivaji's building a fort at Khandri. Another backhanded attempt by the Portuguese was their attempt to fuel up the Desais to attack Shivaji's territory again and again. This was on top of the Portuguese carrying out large-scale conversion of Hindus in the region. This resulted in Shivaji deciding to attack the Bardesh region. In an attack of over 3 days at Bardesh, Shivaji took many prisoners. Following this, however, Shivaji did extend an olive branch and signed 2 peace treaties with the Portuguese in 1667 and 1670. Later on, when Shivaji captured the Ramnagar region from the Cholas in 1676 and demanded the previously instated ransom or chothai paid by the Portuguese for the protection of the Daman region to continue. They refused, and this again made Shivaji decide to launch an attack on Goa, but before this could come to reality, he passed away. Relations with the English. The first contact between the English forces and Shivaji occurred due to the former's interference in the loan dispute between Rustam Zaman and Timaji in the year 1660. In this, the English captured the ships of an officer under Rustam from Rajapur, an Adil Shah commander under the rule of Marathas at the time. The Marathas wanted the release of the ships, and on the decline of the English captured Balaji and Giffard, an agent and officer under the English. To reach an agreement, the English demanded the release of the prisoners in exchange for the release of the captured ships. In 1661, there was another confrontation between the English and Shivaji. While being stuck at Panhala fort, the English had attacked the fort with cannonballs with the Mughals under Adil Shah and helped Siddhi Johar with ammunition. Later on for this, Shivaji attacked and looted the region of Rajapur and captured some of their officers. Even then, the English refused to pay ransom for their release. Shivaji later on released the prisoners, but the English could not do much due to their lack of military power. The forces of Shivaji and English were also at war during the raids of Surat both in 1664 and 1670, but neither laid a full-fledged attack to avoid bigger conflict. Additionally, Shivaji was also in need of ammunition and arms from the English. Further, he also required their help in conquering Janjira against the Siddhis. For all this, he requested the help for ammunitions from the English multiple times but was refused repeatedly. The English on their side, did not wanted to help Shivaji in order to avoid antagonizing Aurangzeb. Also, there was the issue of compensation settlements of the English for the ransacking of English residencies which Shivaji was not too inclined to fulfill due to their refusal for arms. It was only in 1674 when a peace treaty between Shivaji and the English was signed through English envoy Henry Oxenden at Raigad. Another significant conflict between the English and the Marathas was seen during the fortification of small island area of Khandri. This was built by the Marathas to keep a watch on the Siddhis. But this was seen as a threat to Bombay by the English and so they decided to attack 1679. Defeated in the first attempt, they came back again with Siddhis, but even then could not effectively deter the Marathas. It resulted in a lot of manpower and resource loss for the English and so they decided to sign another treaty with the Marathas in 1680 promising stalling of help to the Siddhis and keeping of Khandri with the Marathas.